Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Is there a move to ban the Popular Front of India? Because now news is coming that the PFI was involved rioting that took place on the day of Ramanavami where processions were being stone pelted. If this is true, then a ban is very appropriate. We have already told you many other instances where the hand of PFI was very clear. Now, the government shouldn't stop at just banning. The banning has to have some teeth. In other words, if they just ban and leave it at that, then what will happen is the same group will morph into another group, another entity, another name. So how does one prevent that? I have a few suggestions, and I hope that these are things that are reasonable and that these can be implemented by the government. I mean, this is very, very important to consider the after effects of a ban so that the ban is effective. First off, seize the organization's funds and use that to compensate the victims who were hurt by the stone pelting. There are people who have lost probably some vision, and many have broken limbs and things like that. These days, hospital expenses are very expensive, so that should cover the funds from the organization. This is after they ban the entity, take over the finances, and make sure that the money is used to pay for the health and other needs. And in fact, they should also be given compensatory damages, in my opinion. So that is just one other aspect. Next is identify each and every stone pelter and apply the appropriate charges and make sure that they are all they're all slapped with cases with FIRs on them, and this needs to go through the due court process, and they need to understand that this kind of wild illegal behavior, unruly behavior, people don't understand how bad a stone hit against you can be. It is really like hitting a hammer, and people get killed. People see, this is what the problem is. This is what the religion says. And only when they understand the heat of what they did, only when they understand the consequences of their actions, will this stop. Next one is, if there are any common elements between 𝙒𝙗 and PFI, and if these people are caught. For example, you take 100 people in connection with this stone pelting. If some of them are 𝙒𝙗 members, then additional charges need to be applied for them, because they knew that the organization that they were part of was indeed banned. So they know the consequences. They should be doubly conscious to walk down the right side of law. So these are all important considerations. I mean, just banning the outfit is, in my opinion, it's just going to make them go out and create a new entity. This has to be a very effective deterrent. And also, I would like the government to slap cases against killers of the other cases that I have already talked about in YouTube, where the hand of PFI was very clear, and these things also need to be looked at. The whole thing has to be handled in toto, meaning like these are all the cause and effects of this organization. And if there are any political attachments to these organizations, those organizations also need to be acted upon. Remember that any political party abides by the rules of the Constitution of India. Nowhere does it say that you can stow thrones at religious processions, especially when the Muslims want to do namaz on the streets, they want to play azan on loudspeakers. So a lot of things need to be taken into consideration. I hope the government does a full job of it and not just do lip service. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to click on the bell button. Namaskar.